If you're a diehard Browns fan and love breaking down the game like we do, hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you never miss a blitz. Tyreek Hill, the electrifying wide receiver whose name alone sends defenses into panic mode, is reportedly on the verge of a blockbuster deal with the Cleveland Browns, and the rumor mill is already spinning wild. Sources whisper that Hill's move isn't just another signing. It's a seismic shift in the NFL landscape, one that could redefine the Browns' offensive identity in ways fans have only dreamed about. Imagine Baker Mayfield, or perhaps whoever the Browns settle on as quarterback this season, lining up with a weapon like Hill, whose speed and game-changing ability are unmatched. The chatter suggests the Browns' front office has been quietly maneuvering behind the scenes for weeks, negotiating not just a contract, but a vision that positions Hill as the centerpiece of a high-octane aerial attack. Street-level buzz has it that Hill's mindset aligns perfectly with Cleveland's ambitions, craving a team ready to push for playoff dominance immediately. Pundits are already speculating on how Hill's presence might stretch defenses, force corners into impossible choices, and create opportunities for every other skill player on the roster. Social media is exploding with hypothetical highlights, imagining Hill turning routine routes into highlight reels, and fans can barely contain their excitement, debating whether this move could finally cement Cleveland's status as a contender in the brutal AFC North gauntlet. Behind the scenes, the negotiation whispers paint a picture of urgency and strategy that only adds fuel to the rumor fire. Insiders hint that Hill's camp approached Cleveland with a specific blueprint, a team capable of leveraging his speed in creative ways, and one willing to build around his unmatched skill set. The Browns management, long criticized for conservative moves, reportedly saw this as a rare opportunity to break out of their mold and make a statement that resonates far beyond the stadium. Analysts suggest that this signing, if it materializes, could send shockwaves through the league, forcing rival teams to rethink defensive strategies overnight. Hill's arrival, whether confirmed or still in rumor territory, already dominates conversations in locker rooms, sports bars, and online forums alike. There's talk of custom-designed plays to maximize his abilities, as well as a shift in how the Browns approach play calling, leaning on speed, misdirection, and explosive moments that can turn games in seconds. The narrative circulating among insiders suggests that Hill is not just another receiver. He's a transformational figure, a player capable of redefining a franchise's identity. Even skeptics admit that if these rumors hold any truth, Cleveland might have found the spark to electrify a fanbase starved for excitement and playoff relevance. As speculation intensifies, social media influencers and NFL analysts are already crafting scenarios that read more like cinematic storytelling than sports commentary. Every mention of Hill's potential arrival triggers a cascade of memes, highlight compilations, and what-if breakdowns, fueling the frenzy and giving life to every rumor circulating in hushed tones. Fans are dissecting every cryptic tweet, every subtle wink from insiders, reading between the lines for confirmation or hints that the deal is imminent. There's a sense of collective anticipation, the kind that transforms mere speculation into a shared cultural moment, where fans feel like they are witnessing the genesis of something historic. Rumors swirl about Hill's fit within the Browns' current offensive system, from his ability to exploit mismatches to his synergy with the tight ends and running backs who might suddenly become more dynamic thanks to the attention Hill commands. Talk about practice sessions and preseason matchups are already filled with what-ifs, as coaches and commentators ponder defensive adjustments, coverage schemes, and the chaos Hill could introduce into every game plan. The internet is buzzing with excitement. Fan forums are exploding with potential game-changing scenarios, and every pundit has a take. Half analysis, half fantasy, which only adds layers to the whirlwind of speculation surrounding Hill's imminent move. The timing of Hill's rumored signing is another element fueling intrigue, as insiders suggest Cleveland's front office might be strategically orchestrating a reveal to coincide with pivotal media moments, maximizing exposure and fan engagement. Behind closed doors, sources say that discussions extend beyond salary and bonuses, encompassing performance incentives, leadership roles, and even potential branding collaborations. Hill's presence is not just about football. It's a media magnet, capable of drawing national attention and reshaping perceptions about the Browns' ambitions, and marketability. The rumor ecosystem hints at a player eager to embrace a new challenge, one that allows him to be a central figure rather than just a supplementary weapon, aligning his personal brand with a franchise seeking cultural relevance. Conversations about team chemistry, locker room leadership, and mentorship also pepper the speculation, as Hill's arrival could influence both veteran players and newcomers, sparking subtle shifts in dynamics that ripple across the roster. Each detail that leaks, true or otherwise, adds texture to the narrative, creating an almost cinematic arc where Hill's speed, charisma, and competitive fire become central to a storyline fans are desperate to witness unfold. As the rumor spreads, it transcends mere sports reporting, entering the realm of myth-making, where fans imagine impossible catches, game-winning drives, and highlight reel moments that could define an era for Cleveland football. Analysts dissect Hill's potential statistical impact with feverish enthusiasm, projecting yardage, touchdowns, and the sheer disruption he could bring to defensive schematics across the AFC. Some suggest he could instantly vault Cleveland into elite company, a team that forces opponents to rethink every coverage plan and double-team allocation, effectively shifting the strategic calculus for every opposing coordinator. Rumors suggest that Hill's arrival may prompt other teams to accelerate their own roster upgrades, sparking a mini-arms race that could redefine the balance of power in the division. Inside chatter focuses on how Hill's chemistry with the quarterbacks could develop in record time, given his veteran savvy and deep understanding of route trees and defensive tendencies. Coaches are reportedly crafting plays tailored to Hill's unique skill set, blending speed, agility, and field awareness into formations that make him nearly impossible to contain. Off the field, speculation swirls about Hill's role in community engagement and fan interaction, enhancing his appeal as both a performer and a symbol of Cleveland's football renaissance. Each leak, rumor, or whisper contributes to an almost electric anticipation, a sense that Hill's signing is not just a transaction, but a harbinger of transformation, signaling that the Browns are finally stepping into a bold, high-stakes chapter of their franchise history. Cleveland's social media channels have already become a hotbed of conjecture, with fan accounts and unofficial sources amplifying every hint and cryptic post that could be connected to Hill. The rumor trajectory seems unstoppable, feeding on the collective imagination of a fanbase eager for glory and excitement. Each potential signature move, from Hill's rumored pre-game routines to practice observations, is analyzed frame by frame, creating a rich tapestry of expectation that rivals official news coverage. Even casual observers are caught up in the fervor, debating jersey numbers, potential touchdown celebrations, and how Hill's presence might elevate or challenge teammates across every position. The narrative, though speculative, feels grounded in tangible changes, shifts in play calling, roster planning, and strategic vision that make the possibility of Hill joining Cleveland more than just a fleeting dream. Analysts weigh in on contract structures, cap implications, and the competitive leverage Hill could provide, speculating about bonus triggers tied to receptions, yardage milestones, and playoff performance, all while framing him as a catalyst for the team's evolution. As the rumor continues to build momentum, it transforms into a cultural conversation, one where Hill's potential arrival is not simply news, but an event in itself, capable of redefining Cleveland football's trajectory for years to come. Inside sources hint at a deliberate slow drip of information designed to keep fans, media, and even rival teams guessing, amplifying the suspense and turning every interaction into potential confirmation. Rumors suggest that Hill's camp has been quietly assessing the Browns' facilities, coaching philosophies, and playbook flexibility, all while gauging fan sentiment and media reception, adding layers to the narrative of an imminent signing. Conversations in local sports bars, podcasts, and online forums speculate about contract length, bonus structures, and the potential for Hill to negotiate influence over offensive schemes, a rare level of input for a wide receiver, further fueling the perception that Cleveland is about to make a franchise-defining move. Analysts are already drawing comparisons to past NFL mega-signings, weighing Hill's impact against league-changing moments that transformed teams into instant contenders. The rumor mill thrives on these discussions, giving each whisper credibility simply through repetition, and creating an ecosystem of expectation that feels almost tangible. Fans, starved for hope and excitement, latch onto every shred of detail, turning speculation into a shared cultural experience, where Hill's name alone ignites imagination, debate, and anticipation for the season that could redefine everything in Cleveland football. The broader NFL landscape is abuzz, with rivals reportedly taking notice of the rumored Hill signing, prompting internal reassessments and defensive planning sessions that may now need to account for Cleveland's newfound offensive threat. Coaches in other organizations are said to be recalculating depth charts, coverage schemes, and player assignments, highlighting the potential league-wide ripple effect of a single high-profile acquisition. Even before any official announcement, Hill's presence dominates strategic discussions, fantasy league speculation, and media narratives, signaling that the mere possibility of his arrival has already made an indelible mark. Sources hint at secret meetings between the Browns' front office and Hill's representatives, involving not only salary negotiations but also marketing opportunities, public relations campaigns, and community engagement strategies designed to maximize the impact of his presence both on and off the field. Fans, analysts, and insiders alike are captivated by this swirling cloud of rumors, eagerly anticipating confirmation while speculating endlessly about how Hill's combination of speed, agility, and playmaking acumen could redefine game outcomes, franchise trajectories, and the narrative surrounding Cleveland football for the foreseeable future. Each passing day without official confirmation only magnifies the tension, making Hill's rumored signing feel like a story unfolding in real time, where every whisper carries weight and every hint could signal a historic shift. The rumor surrounding Tyreek Hill's potential arrival in Cleveland has taken on a life of its own, evolving beyond mere speculation into what some are calling a cultural phenomenon within the NFL community. Fans are dissecting every social media post, every cryptic comment from the Browns organization, and every small movement that could hint at Hill's imminent signing. Insider whispers suggest that Hill's decision-making process involves a meticulous evaluation of offensive schemes, quarterback chemistry, and the team's willingness to adapt its playbook to his unprecedented speed and agility. Analysts have latched onto this narrative, projecting statistical explosions and offensive transformations that would make Cleveland a nightmare matchup for any AFC North opponent. The rumor has even sparked conversations about the potential ripple effect on ticket sales, merchandise, and fan engagement, signaling that Hill's arrival would impact more than just the field. Sports bars are packed with debates, podcasts are featuring round-the-clock speculation, and online forums overflow with what-if scenarios that range from realistic to wildly imaginative. Every source claiming insider knowledge adds to the whirlwind, creating a sense of urgency and inevitability around the signing, as if the NFL itself is holding its breath, waiting for confirmation that Hill will indeed bring his game-breaking talents to Cleveland's doorstep. Whispers from behind closed doors suggest that Hill's camp and the Browns' front office are negotiating not just contract terms, but a vision of offense that could redefine the team's identity for years to come. Rumor has it that playbooks are being reimagined, coaching strategies adjusted, and offensive philosophies reconsidered to maximize Hill's impact from day one. Analysts speculate that this signing could force defensive coordinators across the league to innovate rapidly, designing schemes specifically to counter Hill's combination of speed, elusiveness, and football intelligence. Fans are buzzing about the potential for record-breaking plays, game-changing drives, and highlight reel moments that would make every Sunday an event to behold. Even casual observers are caught in the frenzy, discussing Hill's potential jersey number, signature moves, and chemistry with both veteran and rookie teammates. The rumor ecosystem has created a narrative that feels almost cinematic, where Hill is not just a player, but a symbol of transformation and ambition. Every leaked detail, every anonymous tip, and every insider comment fuels the speculation, intensifying the collective anticipation and making it feel as though the NFL's landscape could pivot dramatically with a single signature. Social media has become the epicenter of rumor amplification, with fans, content creators, and sports analysts dissecting each potential clue, from practice reports to cryptic team statements. The narrative surrounding Hill's rumored move to the Browns has taken on a mythic quality, turning speculation into a shared cultural experience that transcends conventional sports reporting. Rumors indicate that Hill's integration into the team could involve tailored conditioning programs, specialized route trees, and innovative play designs meant to exploit defensive weaknesses in ways previously unimagined. Analysts and insiders alike are weighing in on the potential for Hill to elevate every aspect of Cleveland's offense, from the quarterback's decision-making to the running backs' blocking schemes, suggesting that his presence could fundamentally alter the team's strategic approach. Fan forums are filled with hypothetical matchups, potential touchdown scenarios, and debates over how opponents will adjust their game plans to contain him. Even local media outlets are swept up in the frenzy, framing Hill's rumored arrival as an event that could define Cleveland football for a generation. Each whisper, leak, or insider hint contributes to a narrative where Hill's potential presence is not just anticipated. It is imagined as inevitable, a catalyst for transformation, and a beacon of hope for a fanbase starved for excitement and results. Behind the scenes, sources suggest that Cleveland's management is orchestrating a deliberate drip of information to maintain suspense and control the narrative surrounding Hill's rumored signing. Every statement, every leak, and every strategic hint seems calibrated to keep fans, media, and rival teams guessing, adding layers of intrigue that fuel speculation. Analysts propose that Hill's rumored move may not only shift the Browns' offensive capabilities, but also inspire broader strategic changes across the AFC North, forcing competitors to reconsider depth charts, coverage schemes, and defensive priorities. The rumor has already created a cascade effect, where every passing day, without confirmation, intensifies the fervor, as fans and insiders alike read between the lines for any sign of movement. Discussions abound regarding potential leadership roles, locker room dynamics, and the ways Hill could influence both veteran and rookie teammates, suggesting that his impact could extend beyond the field. Even minor details, training camp observations, practice snaps, and preseason alignments, are dissected for potential hints, giving the rumor an almost omnipresent quality. Each whisper, every speculative article, and every fan reaction builds the collective anticipation, transforming the rumor into a narrative of transformation, excitement, and possibility, where Hill's name alone carries the weight of expectation and promise for Cleveland football's future. Enjoying the content so far? Smash that like button and drop your take in the comments. We want to hear what you think about the Browns this season. Analysts are already theorizing about the statistical impact Hill could have if he joins the Browns, projecting game-breaking plays, yards after catch, and touchdowns that could rewrite the team's offensive record books. Rumors suggest that coaches are considering complex route combinations, misdirection plays, and innovative formations designed to exploit Hill's elite speed and field awareness. Fans debate endlessly about the potential chemistry between Hill and the quarterbacks, speculating whether his presence could accelerate development or demand immediate adaptation from signal callers. Inside sources hint at discussions concerning off-field influence as well, from community initiatives to media engagements, suggesting that Hill's presence could redefine the franchise's cultural and public perception. Social media buzz escalates as highlight simulations, fantasy football projections, and hypothetical game scenarios dominate feeds, reinforcing the sense that Hill's rumored signing is not just a sports story, but a shared narrative event. Analysts and fans alike recognize the broader implications, from playoff potential to the psychological impact on rivals, suggesting that Hill could become a pivot point for Cleveland's trajectory. Each passing day without confirmation seems to heighten the rumor's gravity, making every leak, tip, or speculation feel like a prelude to a historic shift, where Hill's arrival could mark the dawn of a new era in Cleveland football. The rumor mill paints Hill's potential move as transformative, capable of changing the perception of Cleveland both on and off the field. Conversations about the signing emphasize strategic innovation, player development, and team identity, framing Hill as the linchpin in a larger narrative of ambition and reinvention. Analysts speculate that defenses will need to rethink traditional approaches, employing multiple safeties, bracket coverage, and unpredictable schemes to counter Hill's game-breaking speed. Rumors suggest that Hill's presence could open opportunities for other players, forcing defenses to spread thin and creating mismatches across the board. Fans are captivated by the imagined synergy, discussing not only touchdowns and explosive plays, but also the ripple effects on team morale, practice intensity, and competitive culture. Even casual observers find themselves drawn into the conversation, debating jerseys, potential celebrations, and the psychological edge Hill could provide against divisional rivals. The narrative constructed around this rumored signing emphasizes suspense, excitement, and high stakes, with every insider tip or leaked detail magnifying anticipation. Hill's name has become synonymous with possibility, transformation, and hope, creating a shared sense of expectation that fuels discussion across media platforms, fan communities, and locker room speculation, suggesting that Cleveland football may be on the brink of a dramatic reinvention. Speculation about Hill's arrival also focuses on timing, strategy, and the deliberate orchestration of media and fan reactions. Insiders suggest that every detail of the rumored signing, from contract negotiation to social media teasers, is carefully managed to maximize attention and maintain suspense. Rumors indicate that Hill's decision-making involves evaluating not just the offense, but the overall culture, coaching philosophy, and potential for championship contention, making this more than a standard acquisition. Analysts project the broader league impact, with rival teams already recalculating defensive priorities, anticipating new offensive wrinkles, and preparing for a season where Hill's speed and playmaking ability could dominate headlines. Fans are actively engaged, turning speculation into a communal experience, where every rumor fuels debate, excitement, and hope. Social media, podcasts, and fan forums are saturated with discussion, dissecting potential routes, touchdown celebrations, and how the Browns' offense could evolve around a player of Hill's caliber. Even without official confirmation, the narrative feels tangible, almost inevitable, as each insider whisper, fan theory, and analyst projection coalesces into a vivid story of anticipation. The rumor has become an event unto itself, shaping conversations and expectations in ways that transcend typical NFL reporting. Finally, the swirling speculation around Tyreek Hill's potential move to Cleveland has elevated the conversation to a league-wide phenomenon, blurring the line between rumor, reporting, and collective imagination. Fans, analysts, and insiders are all caught in a whirlwind of anticipation, constructing elaborate scenarios where Hill's impact transforms the Browns' identity, strategy, and competitive prospects. Every leaked detail, every cryptic statement, and every insider whisper is dissected, analyzed, and amplified, creating a sense of inevitability around the signing. Social media feeds overflow with hypothetical highlights, fantasy football implications, and imagined game-changing moments that could define not only Cleveland's season but the perception of the franchise for years to come. The rumor has become a unifying narrative, pulling together diverse fan communities, analysts, and casual observers into a shared experience of speculation, excitement, and hope. Even rivals are forced to consider the implications, adjusting strategies, and preparing for a potential paradigm shift in offensive play. In this swirling cloud of rumor, anticipation, and imagination, Tyreek Hill's rumored arrival has transcended the realm of sports news, becoming a story of transformation, possibility, and the electric promise of a new era in Cleveland football. Thanks for riding with us on another Browns Blitz. If you liked the video, share it with a fellow fan, hit subscribe, and ring that bell so you're always part of the Dawg Pound conversation. Go Browns!